Alright guys, so now what we want to do is take our layout or our shell that we created and implement it into the other two documents. Okay, so we'll have a single post page. Alright, I don't think I have those linked yet. So let's take a look at our files. Alright, so we didn't create them yet. So let's create two more documents. Okay, the first, let's see, we'll make it single post.html, and then we also want add post.html. Okay, so let's open those up inside of Notepad. Alright, and then for the index page, let's just make sure we have the correct links here, which we do. And we created the files, so if we do go to one, we should see a blank page. The add post doesn't seem to be, let me just check this. Add post.html, add post.html. Oh, okay, here it is. Alright, so what I want to do is, we'll first do the single post. So I'm going to grab everything in that index page that we created and just paste it right in the single page, single post. And I'm going to just change this welcome to single post. And the only thing we need to change is the main content. And we don't need to change it much because we're basically just going to have the same thing we had in on the main page, except it'll only be one article. It'll have the full text and it'll have commenting areas. Alright, so let's just right now, let's just take out the second article. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is add some more paragraphs to this page. And of course we want to get rid of this read more. I'm just going to get rid of the footer altogether. And I want some sample content to put in here. I'll actually just grab this. Put that in there. And maybe just take away some text to make it look a little more different. Alright, so that's the main content. So let's just see what this looks like now. Okay, let's reload here, go to our single post. Okay, so this is our post. We have the full text. What we need to do now is add our comment section here. And I'm actually not going to get rid of the footer, but actually, yeah, I'm not going to do the footer. We'll just create a div. Actually, you know what? We will create the footer. We'll put the comments inside of the footer. So within the article tags, we'll say footer ID comments. Alright, and then we'll have just an H3 tag that says recent comment. And let's see, let's go look at the page. Actually, I want the finished page. Alright, so we're going to have a comment right and a comment left section. The left will be the avatar image and the right will be the text. Okay, so let's go ahead and add that. We'll say div class is going to be comment left. copy that. And now we want our right section. Okay, so inside the left is just going to be the avatar, so image source is going to be, the name of the file is avatar.jpg. Okay, that's that. And now we want the text. Okay, so first we're going to have a strong, we're gonna make the name bold, so John Doe is going to be bold or strong. And then we'll just put the text wrote, and then we'll have the paragraph. Okay, so the actual comment will be wrapped in a paragraph, and I'm just going to paste some text in there. Okay, so that's the first comment. Now let's do under the comment right div, we're going to do a clear fix because we want to clear the floats. So div class equals clear fix, and then we're just going to put an HR tag, and then we can copy the same thing, the left and the right in the clear fix, paste that in there. Okay, and then under that we want the form, so we'll create another div with say class contact form. And inside of the form we're going to have a heading. We'll make this an H3 tag that says leave comment. And then we just want our form, which will be a pretty simple form. Okay, so we'll have each field inside of a paragraph, and each field will have a label. So the first one will be name, and then we want an input, so input type is going to be text. Input type equals text. Alright, now I'm just going to copy this. Okay, the next one after name is going to be email, and we can use the HTML5 type email. Okay, so this will have to be an email address or they'll get an error or a pop-up. Okay, name, email, and then of course the comment, which will be a text area. Okay, that's the comment. Next we need just the button. So we don't need a label here or an input. We'll just say button, and that'll say add comment. Alright, so that looks good. Let's save it, check it out. Recent comments. Alright, so we have the form. None of this is styled. This image here, let me just check this out. Okay, so the image is avatar.jpg. Let me just check that. Oh, it's a PNG file, not a JPEG. So we just got to change these to PNG. Huh. Let me just check this out real quick with Chrome tools. Okay. Oh, we didn't put the image folder again. Alright, let me just say image slash avatar, and same thing here, image slash, and there we go. Now this is way too big, and the reason for that is that we said the images inside the article tags should be 100% width, and this is an image. Okay, so to fix this, actually what I want to do is take the footer out of the actual article tag. Okay, so where is it? This comments, this footer thing. I'm just going to grab the entire footer and cut that, and then I'm going to put it under the article. Alright, so let's try that. Okay. Now we're going to need to use CSS to style this. We want these images smaller. We want to do some floating. We want the form to look better. So let's do that. We're going to do that in the main CSS file. Down, I guess we could do it under footer. Alright, so here, let's do the comments div. And we'll give that a top margin of 20 pixels. And that's just so the top of the comments section doesn't just run into the article. And then we have comment left and comment right. Alright, so obviously this will float to the left. And this is going to be just the image, so the width is going to be just 8%. Okay, and I'll copy this. And the right is going to be 90%. And will obviously float right. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Alright, it looks good except the image. We have to, what we want to do is make it 100%, because it'll be 100% of its container div, which will be comment left, which is only 8%. Alright, so let's just add in right under comment left, we'll say comment left image, and that's going to have a width of 100% of its container div. Alright, so that looks good. Now for the comment form, so down here we'll say comment form, and we're going to give this a top margin as well. So margin top is going to be 20 pixels, and we're going to have a bit of padding to do here. We'll do 5 on the top, 20, 10, and 20 pixels. And we're going to give the form a background color, and that's going to be a very dark gray, almost black. We want to make sure the text is white so we can see it, and we're going to give it some rounded corners. Alright, and that's it for the form itself. Now we want to do the input fields. So let's say excuse me, comment form input, and we want to target the type, and this will be, we'll say text. Now the email field is actually the type of, it's the email type rather than text. So I want to copy this, comma, and then paste this in and replace this with email. Okay, so that'll get the text fields. Aside from the text area, we'll do that next. So what we want to do is border say the border will be light gray, 1 pixel solid. Alright, and then we have, let's make the radius 5 pixels. And the height for these fields will be 20 pixels. We'll give it a small padding. And the width will be 97%. Okay, so now I'm going to copy this. And what we want to do is target the text area. Alright, and if we look through this, the only thing really that we don't want is the height of 20 pixels because it's going to be a text area, not an input field. So we'll get rid of that, and everything else can stay the same really. So let's save that. Take a look at it. It's not showing up. Did I save it correctly? Let me go back to the HTML. Contact. Oh, I put contact form. This should be comment form. Sorry about that. Alright, so now it works. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Nice and clean. And that does it for the single page. So we have all our text, our image, comment form. So now what we want to do is just finish this add post form. Alright, and then in the next section we will make this we'll make it responsive, because right now, let's just check it out real quick. If we make this smaller, you can see that that does not look good. We still have the sidebar. Things are overlapping. Okay, we don't want that, so we'll be doing that in the next section. Okay, so for this, we just want to finish this add post. So what I'm going to do here is just copy the. I'm going to copy the entire home page and post it, put it in the add post document. Alright, and then just change the title, change it to add post, and we can get rid of, let's see, we can get rid of the articles. All we really need is the section div. Okay, so I can get rid of this article, this article. Alright, so in the content div, in the section, I'm gonna create a new div, and we'll give it an ID of add form. And in here we're going to we'll put in an h2 tag, say add post, and then we'll do our form tags, and again we're going to put the elements inside of a paragraph just to give it that padding and spacing. So paragraph, and then we'll do a label, and we'll say post title for the label, and then the input and type is going to be text. And let's see, that's good, so we'll close that paragraph, copy this. Okay, so we're going to have the title, and then we'll have the category. Now the category is going to be a select item. Alright, so I'm just going to paste this in real quick. So basically we're going to have a select element, and it's going to have no value because we're not actually submitting the form, but the text displayed will be, you'll be able to pick one of these categories. Alright, and then down here we're going to have the body of the post, and that's actually going to be a text area. Alright, and we're also going to have an option to select a file or select image. Alright, and for that we just need to change this type to file, and then we just want to add, actually we don't need a name, that's fine. Alright, and then let's see, then we just want a button. Alright, so that's our form. Let's save that. Okay, so there's our form. We need to shapen it up a little bit. So let's go to our CSS. Alright, so let's first do the text fields. Alright, so what I'm going to do is actually just copy this, and I'm going to change this from comment form to add form. Actually, you know what? Let's make this a class, this add form, just because I did it for the comment form. So class. Alright, so we have our add form. We don't need an email type. Alright, so we're going to have a border, height 20, that's fine, that all looks good. Alright, so now we want to do our select area. So, I'm sorry, our select element. So let's get rid of this and put in select. Pretty much the same thing. The height, select boxes tend to be a little different in terms of height, so we're going to change that to 50 pixels. And I think that's good. Now we just need our text area, which you just copy this. Basically, it's just not going to have a height. Text area. Alright, let's try this, check this out. Alright, so that looks much better. Our select list is a little too high. Let me try that with 20 pixels. Yeah, see, it's too small. So we'll try 30. Alright, that looks good. You can see there it also changes for the width too. It's not as long, so let's change this to 98%. I'm not sure why it does that. Alright, there we go. So that looks good. You can add a title, category, body, and image. Alright, if we submit this, it's not going to do anything because we don't have it going anywhere. You need some kind of server-side language to do that. So that's pretty much it. Our blog is done except for the responsiveness, which we will do in the next section.